Yeah, I was like, all
Okay.
right.
Here we are,
I
video
can-
number
I can do
10,
this just
and
fine.
I'm going to
over
title
here to
this
big
video
board for
right
all
now,
my
this is
viewers.
what not to do. I've done a series of 9 videos about surviving in Minecraft, and so far I've had a lot
Oh,
of
you were looking on the
feedback,
map?
a lot of reaction, and it's been great. I want to thank you all for taking the time and subscribing and contacting me about my video series. Um, the greatest feedback I've gotten is, why don't you adventure at night? So here we are, video number 10. I'm going to show you why I don't adventure at night. So at any rate,
Start building.
as I promised, I'm going to talk to you all about the multiplayer aspect, and this video picks up right where the last one left off, where I had a friend of mine join my server. You'll hear him throughout the video just chatting and commenting. So at any rate, let's follow along. I talked about the map, which acts as a player interface. When you look at the map, it will show you literally where you are in comparison to other players on in your game series or in your game world.
Probably
So,
more stable.
number one thing I want to talk to you about using the camera. As I talked about before, it helps you get a different perspective of the world. But be careful when you're traveling, when you're using your camera, not to look at the world in a way you're not used to, because that will contribute to the number one problem about adventuring is getting lost. So even though you have your map and you can show your comparison to where you are versus your environment, if you're not used to studying your map and paying attention to terrain, you will get lost, which is another thing I'm going to talk about, what not to do. Do not get lost. Do not travel around without leaving some kind of signposts or signs. Now, as I was adventuring, I decided to hunt, but I wasn't really paying attention to my environment. So this is the point in which I was literally no longer aware of where I was at. I decided to hunt a cow, and right up about this moment, I hit him. He ran. I wasn't paying attention. I turned to follow him, and I was no longer paying attention to which way I was facing in this battle. I got so fixated on that cow, I was lost at this moment. This is the moment I was literally lost. So at any rate, that's the biggest thing. Camera angles, paying attention to your map, and leaving signposts will help alleviate that chance of getting lost. I was so busy that I was like losing my my appetite bar, and I started to panic. I was like, okay, I need to make sure I have food, but at the same time, I was no longer even concerned with where I was at, so I started to freak out a little bit. So I said, hey, you know what? It's time to start heading home. It's getting late. And as my friend is commenting, he's also doing the exact same thing, trying to get into shelter. So even though I was not that far from home, I no longer had any awareness, no sense of direction at all. So I'm looking at the map, trying to make sense of it, thinking, I know I'm near water. So I looked at the map and I said, okay, there's water over here. Let me head in this direction. Totally wrong direction. So if I had put up signs along the way, I would not be lost. And here's where the drama begins. I'm now out doing things I hate doing. I'm out in the wilderness, and it's nighttime. This is a nightmare scenario for me. So, any rate, I'm going to talk to you in this video about, adventuring at night, the dangers of starving. Here I am. I'm at a point where my character has so few points on this food bar that I cannot heal if I'm hurt. And the fact that I'm freaking out, I'm lost at night, I'm making amateur mistakes. Wandering around in the dark, no sense of direction, got pitfalls all around me, and it's crazy. I'm like not even paying attention to my supplies anymore, and I don't know how or why, but this game has a drastic effect where you actually start to panic and get nervous. I'm not even, like I said, not even paying attention anymore. I'm like looking around which way to go, don't know where home is at.
Wait a minute, I see light.
So,
I see unnatural light.
and I'm listening to my friend on the line. He's talking about lights. I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's nearby. Maybe he can see what I'm doing. I'm just dropping torches left and right. And now I'm just starting to eat raw food. Could have gotten more use out of it if I had took the time to simply put a crafting table down, make an oven. But nope. I'm in such a panic. I'm just devouring food as I go. It got so bad that I was just jumping up and down cliffs, not even trying to find home anymore. I'm like, I am totally screwed at this point. So at any rate, I'm staring at the map, trying to make heads or tails of it, thinking, okay, it's got to be around here somewhere. And then I make the mistake of dropping my map. Ugh. Again, panicked. and that is why I do not adventure at night. So enough about the things that you don't do. Let's try to rectify the situation and get back home. Calm down, pay attention to the details around you, get a sense of what is normal, gather resources that make sense to you, and start to get your bearings again. The best thing you can do, like I said, is to start erecting a monument, which I'll take care of in a future video. But that's neither here nor there, because in this situation, I just got to get home. So anything that looks familiar, start heading in that direction. Unfortunately, what looked familiar in this case, I had creepers blocking my path, so I had to figure out a way, how do I get home and avoid the threats? And the best thing you can do is make sure you have a food supply and just take off for what you think is home. And if you're not going to make it, start building a shelter. That's what I should have done. I should have made a shelter and just rested out the evening and not burn up so much energy. So at any rate, looking for a place to go, I wander about, and I'm going to fast forward a little bit because you all get the gist that I was just totally messed up in this situation. So as you can see, I'm like totally messed up. My friend is online, miles away from my character. I got skeletons in the area. I'm like, all right, this is not gonna work. All right, so reason number one, do not adventure outside at night because you're gonna be outnumbered. That's the bottom line. And no matter how you think things look familiar, they're really not. If you're not really paying attention to where you are, if you're lost, it's just take shelter. So there you go. Skeletons out there. I dove right in the water trying to get away from it. Zombies are out there. Like I said, I'm outnumbered, so there's nothing I can do. They're shooting at me. I'm running for my life. It's like, you know, I'm in total panic mode. So rule number one, don't adventure at night. Rule number two, if you are going to adventure at night, stop, make shelter, hide. I'm freaking out so much. They're shooting me. My health is going down. By sheer luck, I happened to wander in the right direction. I recognized those pumpkins, and I was like, all right, there was a pumpkin on the hill. I can get home, and I'm moving. I was so panicked and so grateful to see home. I literally didn't even bother to climb down this hill. I literally jumped, got hurt, ran inside, slammed the door shut. I was like, enough is enough. Home, I'm safe. My heart's pounding in my chest. You all can laugh if you want to, but that's why I don't adventure at night. So at any rate, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's entitled What Not to Do, but tune into my other videos to learn some really good lessons on what to do when you're adventuring, and future videos will show basically how to set up your settlement so that people who join your server can easily find you if you want them to. I'm going to talk about the proper use of light. Going to talk about making a store. Going to talk about making an icon that can be spotted at a distance, and we'll go from there. At any rate, subscribe to my video, subscribe to my channel, like this video, tell your friends about it. We can all have a great time. I'm going to open up a server and invite more people in. In the meantime, just tell your friends about it. Minecraft is available on the PlayStation 3. It's a fun game, and you'll probably be better at it than I am. Until then, I'll talk to you later. Take care.